Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Feature Friday. Previously, we've talked about the risk of dehydration as one of the side effects of heat stress, but we're going to drill into some of that a little more and talk about a new product that we think has a lot to offer and to assist with helping you stay hydrated. So to get into the topic of dehydration, why should you care? Well, dehydration occurs when fluids and nutrients are lost at a faster rate than they are replaced. So about 60% of the human body is comprised of water. All our organs, systems, and cells in the body rely on water for optimal functioning. And on average, construction workers and laborers sweat about 4 to 5 liters during what you'd say about a 10-hour shift. So, with that said, generally and statistically speaking, workers are not as hydrated as they might think they are. In a 2003 study, over 60% of workers started their shifts already dehydrated. Now, when we're talking about dehydration, some of the signs include irritability, drowsiness, irrational thinking, skin inelasticity, increased pulse rate, sunken eyes, fatigue, darker urine, and it only takes about 1% of dehydration to result in some lowered productivity. Now, if you think of it, 1% dehydration represents about 800 milliliter fluid deficit for an adult male weighing approximately 175 pounds. Think about the average size of a general water bottle at 500 to 750 ml that you might buy at a gas station. You're one down of those essentially, and at that point, you're already starting to look at some dehydration factors. Now, at 2% dehydration, heart rate increases by about 8 beats per minute, which increases perception of effort and reduces body performance by what's weighed at about 30%. At 3% dehydration, heart rate increases by 12 beats per minute, and performance is reduced by what's seen about 25 to 50%, depending on the person. Reaction time is also slow to levels that are equivalent to about 0.08 blood alcohol content, which equates to about 0.03 above the legal driving limit already. And at 0.08 BAC, you're typically seen as being 5 times more likely to crash your car. So right there and then, dehydration is already flagging some risks. So we have a few safety tips. Drinking water, generally speaking, and you may have heard this before, is not exactly enough. When we sweat, we not only lose water, but also essential salts and minerals known as electrolytes. OSHA recommends drinking sports drinks or other electrolyte-containing beverages to replenish your body's salt content. It's important to have electrolyte replacing drinks, essentially, is where this goes. Now, how you can monitor your hydration is you can check your urine color. That's an easy one, day-to-day thing. Program drinking. Drinking small amounts of fluid frequently over a set period of time and not really waiting until you're absolutely dry in the mouth, cotton mouth, and already having a hard time doing your day-to-day operations. And again, this is independent of perceived thirst. If you're active and you're engaging in general activity, you have to keep in mind that it's not about when you feel thirsty, you have to kind of be regularly covering that, especially as you're sweating. So, an example is drinking about 250 milliliters of water about every 15 minutes in a warm environment, and for every third cup, replacing the water with some electrolyte kind of drink. So be aware of the signs of dehydration, that reduced performance, the slower reaction time. Those are things that as you start noticing yourself exhibiting those symptoms, you definitely want to tackle that and get ahead of it. And it's good to do that proactively, not necessarily reactively. So now we're gonna be talking about the main product feature in this video, which is the THORZT Hydration Solution. THORZT is an electrolyte formula developed by former Olympian athletes. And the thought process was that if they could develop a formula that could meet training requirements, it could just as well benefit workers on a job site. THORZT contains electrolytes such as potassium, calcium, sodium, chloride, and magnesium. It also contains branched-chain amino acids to help with muscle recovery. It has low GI carbohydrates for sustained energy release, and some B and C group vitamins to assist with the immune function. Now, most sport drinks are isotonic, meaning they help to replenish carbs and rehydrate simultaneously. However, the higher sugar content in these beverages and the osmolarity slows the rate of fluid absorption. The THORZT formula is a sugar and caffeine-free, hypotonic option specifically designed to be rapidly absorbed and help workers rehydrate much faster. So that's in a nutshell what we're talking about here today. The THORZT solution itself is available in 3 key flavors. You have the blue lemonade, the orange, and the tropical. Generally speaking, from experience, we find that it has a pretty light flavor, so it's not way overpowering. It's not anything that's gonna be, you know, feeling like you're drinking juice all day, and it definitely helps keep your electrolyte level at a better rate. So again, if you want to learn a little more about heat stress, this is a topic we've covered in the past. We're gonna have a video in the top corner you can click on if you want to learn more about this subject that we've covered. This is a bit of a part 2 going into something a bit more drilled down. But again, if you have questions or you're interested in the THORZT product line, we do sell them by the bag. Price is fantastic, bag of 50, you get a lot of packets, and you can definitely mix and match flavors and everything and try them out. But we highly encourage that you evaluate this as part of your solution to address heat stress. We know that every time things are getting warmer out there, and the workload can be a long day, so it's one of those things that's ideal for tackling that in your day-to-day operations. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys like the content, we appreciate the support. And if you have any comments or anything, feel free to leave that in the comment section below, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. And then finally, this is part of our spring and summer collection. So as always, if you're interested in all things spring and summer for key deals, check out our spring and summer flyer, and we can give you a hand with that too. All right, guys, have a good one. Good weekend. Cheers.